Hello, good people of YouTube. Mountbatten here, and today we are talking about the new super ships. So right now on the PT server, you can play the test for the next update. And boy, these super ships are something alright. I've played all but one of them today, and the one I didn't play is the Yamagiri. So I can't say much about the swapping between torch, but I can say I didn't see a lot of Yamagiri in testing either way. But the Conda, the Annapolis, and I'm just gonna be honest, the freaking Khabarovsk, like literally the super Soviet destroyer is literally just Khabarovsk. I'm not joking. It may look different, maybe a slightly different model. The turrets may be of a different model, but it is literally just Khabarovsk. But anyway, so the Conda, the Annapolis, and the Khabarovsk 2, they are some of the new super ships coming to the game in the next patch in a special ranked battle season where super ships and tier 10 and tier 9 ships will be allowed. Now the Hanover and the Satsuma are making a return as well, but we won't be talking about them in this video because we've played them already. We know what they're like. We're going to be focusing on the new ships and their new mechanics. One of these new mechanics, one of the ones that are highlighted in this new era of super ships, is the rapid firing mode. The way that this works is that if you're in the Conda, the Annapolis, or the Khabarovsk 2, you can hit F and the ship goes into rapid fire mode. When you're in rapid fire mode, your reload time is reduced to 1 second for 3 bursts. So you hit F, go into rapid firing mode, hold down the mouse, you get a very rapid 3-round burst out of your ship. After that, you have a 40-second reload until the next 3-round burst. You can stay in this mode as long as you want, but again, after each 3-round burst, you will have a 40-second cooldown time on your reload. You can switch back into standard mode, in which case you will still have to go through the 40-second reload time. Once that's done, you will have your normal reload time once again. So I started out with the Conda, the French cruiser. It's one of the more unique ones. And I say unique because most of these ships are just, they're tier 10, but either throw another turret on there or another barrel per gun, another barrel per turret, and then change up one or two things with the armor and the rudder shift time, but they're essentially almost identical in comparison to their tier 10 counterparts. Like the Conda is literally a Henry with just another gun per turret, and it has a Carnival Cruise Line funnel for some reason. But other than that, it pretty much plays like the Henry, has the same consumables, has reload booster, hydroacoustic search, torpedoes, and a hill. So, yeah, I mean, of course, there's some other differences, but for the sake of this video, just talking about how they play and the new mechanics, we're just going to go with that for now. If you guys want me to go into more detail about each ship, let me know in the comments down below. I'll be happy to do that. Oh, also, too, if you haven't noticed, the new water and the new map textures and foliage are in this patch as well. Look at the water, guys. It's beautiful. If you can, watch this video in 4K. The art department did a fantastic job with the water simulation here. It looks so much better than the current water in-game, and I really can't give it to them enough. They did an awesome job and knocked it out of the park here. And look at the hotspot map. Look at the new foliage. Look at the new textures and such. It is absolutely beautiful. Anyway, back to these ships. So, you will see this rapid fire mode get put to the test here on this first Conda battle, and boy, yeah, it's quite effective. If you're selling broadside to one of these ships and they have this mode selected, get ready to lose most of your health, if not outright die. If you're in another cruiser, of course. It still is only a 240mm gun on the Conda, so it's not like the frickin' Stalingrad with a rapid fire mode, so it's not quite that crazy. But it's very effective at taking advantage of you being in a bad situation. Now, at the same time, too, you can easily make one of these ships pay for using this. Because if you angle and then you bounce all those shells, they can't shoot for the next 40 seconds. So now you can just have your way with them. So, yeah, in a pinch, if you're in the right spot, it's a fantastic mechanic for you. You will absolutely just crap on whatever it is that's showing you broadside. But if they're angled or you're not sure you can really take full advantage of it, it's better off just not using it altogether. I mean, because, good God, a cruiser with a 40-second reload at tier 11, because remember, these ships are supposed to, quote-unquote, expand the tech line. And these ships are supposedly coming to the tech line in full, and we don't know how long. Wargaming has said they want these ships to be kind of a credit sink, to where if you have a ton of credits lying around, you can take these ships into battle and play a couple rounds of them before you have to go back to playing quote-unquote normal ships with a normal economy. These ships have, like, I think, double the repair cost of normal tier 10 ships. So, yeah, they won't be... I mean, I'd say in, like, the first couple of weeks there might be a few of them around, but I doubt games will be smacked full of them after that. But anyway, so the Conda is probably the best one to utilize this mechanic on, because it's got those 240mm guns, it's got that French AP, and it has the reload booster too. And if you're wondering, yes, you can pop the reload booster and the rapid fire at the same time. Is it worth it? Absolutely not, because you're turning your 1 second time in between reloads into a half a second time in between reloads. And sure, if you want to giggle and hear the gun shoot incredibly fast, yeah, it'll do that for you. But then you're stuck with a 40-second reload now, and you just wasted your reload booster. And sure, you can use your reload booster to take that 40-second reload time down to a 20-second reload time if you're in a really tight situation, which I did have to do in one round playing the Conda. But I mean, the ship's kind of silly with that, with all this on it. Is it incredibly OP? Is it going to wreck everyone's face once it comes to random battles? I mean, what tier 10 big gun cruiser doesn't already wreck your face if you show it broadside from within, like, 11 kilometers? Just about everyone does, except for, like, maybe like the Wooster. Well, no, the Wooster can too. It can definitely chew through you. The only difference is your chances of surviving a broadside salvo decrease significantly, because now you're getting 3 broadside salvos in 3 seconds. So it's a bit harsher of a punishment for going broadside to it. But I mean, if you know what the ship is, be mindful of your surroundings. I don't think it'll be a big issue trying to angle into it. Because again, if you angle into one of these ships, or angle to where their shells bounce or don't do a whole lot of damage, they can't shoot for the next 40 seconds. So you have plenty of time to run away or increase the distance or retaliate against them. Now, the Annapolis is essentially a Des Moines with a 4th turret, and its rapid fire mode, yeah, anyone who's played Des Moines or any American cruisers know the shells are real floaty once you get out past around 10 kilometers. So in a brawling situation, or in a situation when you're close in, a DD pops up next to you, it's good for that. When I play the Annapolis clip, you'll see that there's a Holland that isn't the smartest Holland in the world, keeps selling straight onto me from 10 kilometers. Pop the rapid fire mode, have HE loaded, absolutely wreck the man. So yeah, it's great in that situation. And again, sure, if you're close in, within 10 kilometers, someone's showing you broadside, pop the rapid fire mode, pump a ton of shells into them really quickly. But then now you got a 40-second reload on a 12-gun Des Moines. So yeah, sure, again, when the situation is available and you can take advantage of it, it's very, 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 very useful. But honestly, in like Calvados 2, I used it once and never again, because you still have a 40-second reload time on a destroyer. In that 40 seconds, you know how many shells I could have put down range? Sure, I put a ton down range with the rapid firing thing, but like, man, it's just so much loss DPM there, because if you're not very good at predicting shots, good luck, because you don't get that first shot on the target that you need to kind of gauge, which way they're going and stuff. But if you're very good at predicting shots, sure, you can probably use this mechanic a lot and almost abuse this mechanic to its breaking point. But for the average Joe, again, if something pops up broadside, it's a nice little hit. You press F, erase them off the map. But other than that, the ships themselves are pretty fun, I think. And actually, after playing them for a few hours, if they don't have the rapid firing mechanic, I could totally see these ships being like tier 10 Research Bureau or tier 10 Free XP or tier 10 coal ships. I mean, we already have some designs like this in the Research Bureau. I mean, Palmer's just a 12 gun FDG that's been downgunned, 15 inch instead of 16 inch. Again, so these ships without this gimmick could probably be fine added into the random battles. And considering again that this gimmick is pretty dang situational, I don't think it'll be a huge breaking point for the game at all. With the Conda, outside of, again, 11, 12 kilometers, sure, you can get a lot of HE on a target very quickly if you only see them for a second. But, I mean, again, you're not getting that time to adjust your aim. You're having to say, okay, I hope it's right there, and then bam, 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 and then if your shells aren't aimed correctly, well, they're going to all splash, and now you're sitting here with a 40-second reload time. And that's one of the things you need most at range is, a couple of ranging shots, if you will, to see which way the target's going, which way the shells are going to splash in, and then you adjust your aim, and then you go again. But you don't get that here. I mean, sure, you could fire 1 or 2 shots beforehand and see where they go and then pop it. Sure, that could work. But, I mean, the downside is pretty freaking rough. And in a pinch, if someone pops up next to you after you just did that, and now you're out of gun because you have a 40-second reload, it's going to suck for you. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be plenty of clips of ships absolutely tearing each other up with this mechanic. But, again, think about the situation. In what situation when you're throwing broadside to the enemy team are you not going to get spanked? Think about that. But other than that, the ships are actually pretty fun. They're pretty goofy. Again, 12 gun Des Moines is 12 gun Des Moines. Cabros 2, I don't even know what the freaking difference is between this ship and Cabros. It feels a little bit maneuverable. I think the turrets have a faster traverse, but yeah, it's freaking Cabros 2. So if you already have Cabros, you pretty much have this new Super Cabros, which is just, again, Cabros for the most part. I put my Cabros commander on it and just played it like Cabros and had a pretty freaking great match in it. But yeah, so Cabros 2 is Cabros 2. But guys, hop on the PT, try these boats out for yourself, see what they're like in this game mode. Now, do keep in mind, too, this is just in this special ranked season where it's not a full 12v12 mode and not random battles. So I'm sure there'll probably be a bit of a different dynamic there once we have 12v12 ships and a lot more tier 10 and tier 9 ships involved. So we'll see how that pans out once they come to that mode. If they ever even make it there, remember, guys, this is just Wargaming is saying, hey, we'd like to look at adding these ships into the tech line as kind of some goofy things and some crazy things that you can do. I mean, again, the right situation, these ships are absolutely freaking crazy. So do be aware of that. Anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. We'll probably be playing these ships a lot more on stream tonight, which is from 5 p.m. U.S. Central Time to 8 p.m. U.S. Central Time right here and on Twitch as well. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys have a wonderful Friday. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 30,000 subs. We just passed 29,200 a few days ago. I cannot thank you guys enough for that. Hope you have a wonderful Friday. Have a wonderful weekend. Hope to catch you guys on the next one.